Sometimes you just need to be organic, you need to be real, and I think that's what social media is transitioning into.
Business owners and creators should be posting content, and if you're not, you're behind.
The tough part is when you're posting that much, it's so hard to be disingenuous.
It's almost more valuable to show the flaws and the mistakes.
Even if you take all the videos you've already made, post them as trials.
Really sit down and think like what makes me special?
We're already doing what we're doing, but how can we make other creatives more creative?
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Rethink. Today we are joined by nobody else, because it's just us. So it's just a boys episode. We're going to be talking about the importance of personal branding as maybe just as content creator and also just as a business owner in general.
Yeah.
Why is it so important to build that personal brand, and what kind of benefits can you see from doing it? So, I mean, I think Will does a great job at doing this. You've kind of taken a grasp of it the last few months, I've noticed.
Yeah.
You've always had a grasp of it for like the last couple of years, but I think you've really locked in the last few months. So I don't know, just give me your thought process behind that.
Yeah, no, that's really good. It's super important to be making content, and we were making so much content for other clients that I never really had the time to work on my personal brand. And that's what's gonna help us grow, help us get more clients. So it's like, I spent that time and I was like, I have to commit. I started with, okay, I'm gonna do 3 videos a week. I kind of like half committed, I didn't really do it. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, I need to post 5 times a week. And I'm doing it.
You are doing 5 a week
doing
now? Sometimes I even notice you do like twice a week.
Yeah.
Or no, twice a day.
Twice a day, yeah. Because now, and it's funny you say that, because the reason you'll see that is because I'm testing with the new feature that Instagram has.
Oh.
And it's the trials, the trial reels.
I've seen that, but I've never done it. So
Yeah.
what does that mean though?
So what it means is Instagram is pushing that video out to, Instagram is pushing.
Oh yeah, just go on that, yep.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Instagram is pushing, if you're using a trial reel, Instagram is gonna push that out to an audience that does not follow you. Okay. So that was super important for me, and a lot of other brands need to do that, because if you're posting to your current audience, sometimes it's not the audience you need.
Well, isn't that what you want to? You want your content to be seen by other people.
Exactly. You want to grow your audience. So it's like, why not try these trials where it's pushing it out to people who don't know you? And it's literally testing your content. There's no other like, okay, even if your followers don't like it, trial reels could push it, and it could be.
Do your followers see that? Your content?
So they will not see your trials unless, so if you can, I have like probably like 20 plus trials going on right now.
Really?
And I'll like, okay, this one's getting 1,000 views now. This one has 500. I'll split test. I'll do A/B testing.
Wait, hang on, pause. Do you post? So you manually post 2 reels?
Yep.
1 trial and then 1 non-trial?
No, I'll do 2 trials of the same video, but I'll test different captions.
Oh.
So I'll say like, bro thinks he's, the next whatever. And then the other caption will be, he did it, or whatever. I'll test.
So you're kind of like targeting different audiences with the caption?
Yep, and I'm seeing like what resonates.
So caption matters then.
It matters.
Wow, that's what you're finding out?
It does, yeah. It's so interesting. And I would never have, because we usually only post once. In the past, it's like you post one time, you only see that, unless you like post your video again, but then you're kind of weird to your audience, you're like.
Well, I was gonna say, I look at the analytics sometimes when I post, and it's like 90 to 95% of it is my followers seeing it. So it's like, why is it not reaching the non-followers? It's
funny you say that, because mine used to be like 99% now. And now it's like 60-40. Or like even like 60% non-followers to like 40% followers. Or even like more non-followers.
So is that literally it? To just press that trial button?
That's it. And just post the same video twice. Like even if you take all the videos you've already made, post them as trials.
You think?
Yeah. Because you'll see like, it still takes time and it takes the consistency.
Yeah.
But if you do that, Instagram will reward you. So it's like.
What if you post 2 of the same videos and then your followers see that and it's like, what is this guy doing? And they just like, think you're annoying.
Yeah.
Do you go back and delete the less viewed video then, or do you keep?
I typically, you can choose like, do not share this to my audience on the trial. now I'm doing that. Before, I didn't know I could do that. So I just let it go. And after 72 hours, it posts both of them. So then you're like, and then I realized it and I was like, but they both were doing good and getting me followers. So I'm like, I'm not going to stop it.
Okay.
But I did do that. I posted the same video and I was like, shoot. But now I'll just post whichever one's doing better.
Yeah. Could you change to like help that out? Could you just change the thumbnail of one to just kind of like make it like different? Because otherwise it's just going to show up as the same video on your feed.
Yeah, I did do that. I changed the thumbnail to make sure it was like a little.
You just like differentiate them.
And then I also I'll remove one from my main grid. So it's just on my Reels tab. So it's like if people go to my page, they don't see like the same video. Like.
Okay. How long has Instagram had that trial feature?
Very new. It's like, I think this only started in the last month or two, probably 2 months or around there, month or two. Yeah. So like pretty much when I started, I didn't even pay attention to it though. I kind of just started posting and I kept trying to do it. But then I tested it. Someone else I knew locally too used that strategy, and that's how they got like over 1 million views per video. So I'm like, I'm gonna try it. And you know, I don't know, like people always say you can like copy, or not copy, but like take inspiration from other people's content and it'll work, but I don't think that's necessarily true. Like you could take the idea and like maybe some pieces here and there, but you need to make it your own. Cause like I've tried like, you know, like, okay, taking this and it just doesn't it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it's like, you need to like take pieces, but it can't really, and that's also,
And it also comes down to your personal brand, like just the term personal branding. It's like, it has to be you. It has to be authentic. It can't be somebody else.
Yes.
I can't be posting what Will's posting because that's not me.
Yeah.
So you just have to really find like your flow. Yeah. And what kind of values do you are important to you, and what kind of like message do you want to bring across to your audience?
Yeah.
I guess that's a good question to kind of get into too, is like, you as Will, like what do you want your audience to like get value out of your content? What do you want them to get out of your content?
Yeah, that's really good. And I think when I started, I didn't really know. I was just kind of posting like behind the scenes stuff because that was what I was doing. I'm like, I'm just gonna start posting what I do. It's like everything. And so I did behind the scenes of my content, of like shooting with clients. And I didn't realize what it was doing, but then after I posted one and I got like a ton of comments from other agencies and other people, and it was like, what camera are you using? Like, what's your setup? Like, how are you doing this? Like, what are you charging? Those are more videos I have to make, because now I'm in the point where I'm getting comments and questions and I can use those as new videos. Yeah. And I've never had that yet. So that's huge for me.
Yeah. And are those people commenting? Are they following you? Are they engaging?
They didn't.
Is that converting to followers?
Yes. So they didn't follow me, but then from those videos, they followed me and commented.
Yeah. Are you responding to the comments too?
I respond to everyone.
I know. Yeah.
I make sure.
I noticed that with you.
Yeah. I don't want to and people talk about this a lot. Like, I don't want to post content and then I'm like not helping the people that the whole point of posting it was to help. So like, if people are asking questions, I'm not just gonna not.
Yeah. Do you feel like an urge to help others? And
yes.
Who do you want to help?
That's a really good question, because what I originally thought is I wanted to create content that could help business owners and ultimately get us clients. But going into that with that mindset was completely wrong, because I was going into it to get clients, not to help. So now my mindset shifted to where it's like, I'm making content to show them what we do, how we do it. And really, I mean, they could go do it on their own. Yeah. So it's like, I'm giving you all the resources, but also showing you how we do it. So if that's something you want, then you can do that.
That's possible. Like even anybody with a camera can just go out there and do it. And it's just, and I'm glad that people are asking those questions. Yeah. Because I think media is still a very much growing business, industry. It's huge. Just the world of digital media is still growing. Yeah. And just to see that there's young people out there, even like older people out there that are still wanting to get into this industry. They want to get out of their 9-to-5 and break into this industry. It's just it's empowering to see. And I'm excited to see where like the future goes with just this industry. That's interesting that you said that you want to help businesses now versus almost like what were you doing before? Like what was it before?
It was all like the strategies. These strategies everyone tells you to do.
And like what's trending.
Yeah, it's maybe. Like what's trending, and then it's also like making videos that like, you know, you have just, it's basically like super ad focused videos. And it was like, I'm gonna make this video with value and all this stuff to get leads from it. But sometimes you just need to be organic. You need to be real. And I think that's what social media is transitioning into. And it has been for the last couple of months. I just haven't adapted to it. Is more organic, raw, like showing what you're doing while also providing value. And that's like where I think I bridge the gap of showing what we're doing, but then also adding like what we're doing, how we're doing it.
I think how you're doing it is important, not just showing what you're doing. I think I've noticed that in your videos too. It's like you'll throw a caption up. It's like what's going through your head at this specific moment. It's like a BTS shoot, and it's like step one, arrive to the shoot, obviously, right? But then step two, it's like, what are the other things that you're doing in that shoot that provide value? To the audience as well. And to the client.
It's huge.
So you're helping. When you talk about like being authentic to your audience, because you and I talk about this, and I kind of want to get into it right now. It's like, me personally, I don't want to show too much on my social media. I like my privacy, and I want to, like, I think there's always there's that saying that says, if you could choose money or fame, choose money. Don't go fame. I think Russ has said that.
Russ?
The wise Russ. You know Russ?
I think so.
The musician, the artist.
That's funny.
He's kind of a funky guy. But anyway, he said something like that once, and it kind of resonated with me. It's like, I don't want to chase fame. I don't want to chase the followers, the views, or anything. So I guess what's your advice to people out there that are in that same place? Like, they don't want to show too much of their personal life, but would you still encourage them to post content?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's like, how do you balance personal life and content? And I think I would just challenge you in like, what is really holding you back from posting it? Like, what about?
I think where my value would come in is the technical side of things when it comes to cinematography. Instead of, this is how to grow your media agency. I think that's definitely you. And then the other way is definitely me. So just coming up with ideas on how to do that.
I think, I mean, for you, it's really easy. Like when you talk about personal life and then work life, like why not record yourself at shoots?
Work life. I see that.
Because that is work.
You're right.
You know? I
get that perspective. I don't have to show my personal life. I can just show my work life.
So what about that is holding you back?
Good question. Probably just myself.
I
just gotta lock in and do it. And I guess, how did you get over that hump?
That's a good question.
Is it like a hump where, like, I feel like everybody has that hump that they need to get over, and it's like, how do you? It could just be anything, like going to the gym or any type of discipline. How do you lock in and create this routine? It's probably just a routine. You got to create a routine.
For me, it was literally just putting on my little behind the scenes camera and just pressing record. And I was like, even going into some shoots, I'm like, what if they think I'm like weird? Like, how do I tell them like what I'm doing? Like, because I just got like this neck mount with a camera on it.
But so that's nice though, because then like it kind of does the work for you. Like,
it's just.
And then at the end of the shoot, you're just like, okay, I didn't really have to do anything extra. Like, I didn't really create any. I didn't have to think any harder than I would have already had to have thought. Now I have all this content from my POV that I can just whip up in a CapCut edit real quick. It's like, are those edits like more difficult than like a client video?
No, way easier.
Personal videos versus client videos?
Way easier. You're literally like, I'm using captions, I'm using, like it's literally just CapCut. Like I'm stitching together like the best clips. Like I'll go through and I'll find the best sounds and the best clips. Because I think the sounds like intrigue, like I don't know, like when I'm like, oh, like my camera clicks or whatever, like something where it's just like adding more to the video. And I try not to have any like points of the video where it's like just like silence, like, because then it's just like people click off.
True.
So That's what I focus on. If I'm talking to a client, that's a big one because they're just like, how does he communicate with the client? The client likes to see that. Now they're like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. And then also other agency owners can be like, oh, like I actually do have to coach and I have to give them scripts and all this stuff.
Yeah. Do you always see yourself creating?
I think so, yeah.
Is there a world where you're not creating?
I don't think so. I think the only way I could be like technically, I really can't. Like if I'm ever in a position where I'm like, okay, head of company, you know, full like strictly managing, I would be managing, but then I'd be creating like my content or like doing something. I have to be doing something on the side where it's like creating something. Like I could see myself creating so many different things. I want to make my own product.
What kind of product would you make?
Yeah, I would do a digital product or a physical product. Like I'm just going to see where things go and like use the skills and knowledge I built up. Like one that really intrigued me was how they took that the company that made that lens that is a disposable camera lens.
Yeah, I have that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Like that kind of product, like something where like we're already doing what we're doing, but how can we make other creatives more creative?
Ooh.
Isn't that sick? Like that would be sick.
Yeah.
And it's something like that. Obviously I'm a Christian, so like a product around that. I just, you know, so it's all thinking about these things and like what could realistically, what could I make?
Yeah.
But
I'd want to get into like the health and wellness avenue.
Yeah, you'd be good at that. What would you make?
A supplement that makes me the best camera shooter.
Ooh, hey, that's not bad.
Imagine like there's like a supplement you take and you're just like the next Christopher Nolan.
Dude.
Like you're just director.
That's like a good idea. Yeah.
How do you make that though?
Bro. You literally, it's like a neurogum, but for you target creatives. And it's like, this will help you lock
in. A supplement will get your creative juices flowing.
Yeah. Boom, bro, you can market that so hard.
Does it include THC?
What kind of help?
Hey man, I think that allows me to be a little bit more creative.
Hey, you know, whatever you're into. That's not my thing. But.
No, yeah. No, I know.
No, but that would be so good. Like, honestly, that's a really good idea. And taking that, it could be really interesting. You can make it a gum. You could make it. You need to find a way to compete, though. So I feel like pills, people don't like taking pills.
I don't know what I would do for
You could make an energy drink. Like, you could make like a creative's energy drink.
Yeah. It's so hard because it's like, to create a product, you almost have to be like the best of the best. When I think of like a supplements, I think of Sebum.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he's the best bodybuilder in the world right now. So it's like, yeah, that's why he's successful. But like, why? I don't know. It's just a little bit discouraging, I guess, a little bit. That's to think about.
Yeah, that's the importance of building your personal brand.
Something I thought about when we were talking about this topic of personal branding and just content and internet, I thought about names like the first, I feel like we're only like here with it. It hasn't shot.
I so agree.
Because years ago, before Instagram, before Facebook, before whatever, it was like these A-list celebrities that came up through Hollywood, I feel like. And those were the top names in Hollywood. And everybody knew those names. Now it's like, I think of names like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and those type of influencers. Yeah. Those guys, if you really think about it, I feel like those guys are really the first people to take advantage of the digital age and to build their personal brand. So it's like, if they are the first people, what does the future look like? And now it's like Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast grew really fast too. I feel like fast. Jake and Logan, they've been grinding for a long time. But then Mr. Beast, I feel like he just shot up out of nowhere.
He did.
Although he was working on, there's clips of him 15 years ago, making videos every single day. So obviously he's been grinding, but I don't know. I just think of those big personalities that come through the digital age versus years ago.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't the digital age. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Beast specifically, dude, you look back to his story and how he he would spend either like 24-hour challenges where he would be like counting or doing things like that. Like he was either spending all of his time because he didn't have money at that time.
Yeah.
And then once he got his first paycheck, he put it into a video and he gave it to a homeless man.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that was an inspiration to me of, I think we need to be bigger risk takers.
I think so too. I think, yeah.
You need to spend the money or you need to spend your time and like really invest into it. So something I've challenged myself with too is like, I've started spending a lot more money in ads, and you know, it's scary and it can be, you can have fear around it, but I also trust God and I trust the process. And I know that if I invest into this and I give it my all, I'm going to reap that reward.
Something that I believe is that you have to do something so absurd and like out of the ordinary to really like become famous.
Yeah.
And I kind of struggle with that. It's like, do I really want to do, like, I'm not that guy to be doing anything absurd or out of the ordinary to get, I feel like you have to do something like that to get those views to build your personal brand.
It's interesting. And that could be, do you think that could be a limiting belief?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm seeing people all over the place post content that's just text on screen. It's probably like an 8-second, one clip. 500,000 views.
And is it just genuine?
It's just,
so it's not
it's value packed.
It's not that absurd, clip farming is like what they call it nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like that. I don't want to turn into that.
No. And it's like, for them, it's one hook on screen. And then in the caption is where all the value is. Mm-hmm. So they're sitting there scrolling, reading all the value. And that gives them so many more watch time, likes, views. So I think you can be yourself, and you just have to play to your strengths.
Like if you're showing your everyday life, like most likely that's going to be a lot of other people's regular life. So like what makes you that different from other people?
The fact that
that's how I view it. It's like what makes, because like other people are doing what I'm doing. Other people are doing what you're doing. So how do you set yourself apart?
They're not doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
People would find so much value of you shooting for that DJ company. You're going to the shoot, bro. Record yourself.
I guess you're right. That is a little. It's kind of like a therapy session a little bit right now, because it's like, yeah. No, thank you for saying that, because it's like maybe sometimes I don't give myself enough credit.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good lesson for everybody. Everybody who maybe struggles with finding value within themselves, really sit down and think like what makes me special?
Bro, I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, it clicked. And I'm still not getting crazy views. But it clicked for me when I got one video that just did better than all my other ones. Like, when I saw that, and then it was the comments, really. It was the comments.
Yeah, and which one was it? Like,
that was the first behind the scenes one that kind of took off. It was the real estate one. On TikTok, it got like over 10,000 views. It's probably at like 12,000, something like that.
Yeah.
That when I saw that, just seeing some type of success is so valuable, because now you realize it's possible. And after that, I think that's why I've been so much more invested. Like, I've stayed up nights making a video for myself. Like, I cannot let this day go by where I've not posted. And so and that also forces you to think more creatively. Like, oh, I don't have too much time. How do I make a video that's still value-based, but I save some time? Like, okay, maybe I do have to throw out one of the like captions on screen and then type out a thing.
Yeah.
And it might not hit as much, but it's like, as long as you're getting content out, like, it's so important.
Yeah. How many posts do you need to be making a week?
I think 5.
To grow your personal brand.
I think 5.
You got to post every day.
The more, the merrier. Like, if you can post more, but 5 is almost like minimum now. Because I was doing the 3, and it was like, okay, I wasn't seeing any traction, and I was trying all kinds of crap. So
here's a good question: have you met anybody from knowing them on social media, have you met them in real life and thought like, oh, they're nothing like they are on social media?
It's a good question.
Because that comes into play with, are they posting? Say you have met somebody that's a little off from their social media brand. So that means they're not posting genuine content on their socials.
The tough part is when you're posting that much, it's so hard to be disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could you fake it for 5 to 7 posts?
Disingenuous, is that a word?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Hey.
Good word. I'll keep that one in the pocket.
Like,
if you're posting that much, you can't fake. You can't fake it.
You can't. Like, I mean, I don't even know how I would.
See, like my biggest issue with people that are, like they try to create this image that they're not. And that's my biggest pet peeve on socials. And it's like, I want to make sure that I'm not doing that.
I think some people, what you're seeing is probably some people blowing it out of proportion. Mm-hmm. Like they're boosting their, like if they're a fitness influencer, they're like, oh, look at my yacht, look at my car. Like they're just blowing it out of proportion.
Right. Everybody posts the best of themselves.
Yeah.
So it's almost more valuable to show the flaws and the mistakes.
So good. So good. That's something else I want to do too. Is
you should post it behind the scenes of you forgetting an SD card.
Yeah, bro. That would blow up.
Because that's actually happened.
That's real. That's so real, dude.
I'm trying to think of the biggest mistake.
We should just make a skit of that.
Yeah. What's the biggest mistake?
That one. Deleting the footage. I mean, it's like we can make funny skits just like with our phones, bro. Mm-hmm. That would probably blow up.
Dude, I've had some mistakes. Yeah.
And that's how you make it real too. It's because like we've had these experiences and we know that other creatives definitely have. So like, how do we make content that just like boom?
It's so funny. Like when I was first starting my career, it's like I thought those skits were like just jokes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, formatting your SD card while on a shoot. And it's like, oh, I would never do that. It's like it actually happened. It was so funny. Bro,
you would think those videos would like help you too, if not.
Yeah,
just like...
right? No, the biggest teacher is lessons and experience. Mm-hmm. So
it's a big one.
Yeah.
So what can you do, or what can anybody do right now in the next week to level up their content?
Just record.
Yeah.
I guess what you said is just get that. Start with a little neck mount. It could just be. I'm just trying to think of like everybody. Like who needs to be posting content first? That's what we need to figure out. Like who needs to be posting content? Is it other creators? Is it business owners?
I think creators and business owners. The owners specifically.
Are those like the only groups? That's the only groups that I've been thinking of.
Like creators.
Is there any other groups that need to be posting content?
That's like, pretty much it. Brand owners, I mean, same thing.
So business owners and creators.
But it's also, you look at like the guy who has a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And he's posting his everyday life.
Yeah.
Now he has a whole
second income. It's just anybody who wants.
Anyone who's creative.
Anybody who wants to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who has an urge to be creative needs to be posting content. They need to be posting their everyday life. Start with the day in the life.
Oh, yeah.
Start with, the POVs. Start with the mistakes that happen in your life.
Real.
Not just the best moments.
Yeah.
Your 9-to-5 job, if you make a sale, it's don't show that. Show the failures. Mm. That's what I think of like a 9-to-5 job. Like you're on a sales call and it's just like it goes terribly wrong. Like that could be fun. Like, that could be like so genuine. Good. Anyway, but yeah, exactly. I think just the POV content, just what makes you different. What makes you different? What makes you tick? For me, it's health. It's health and wellness, the gym, fitness. It's being creative. It's my love for cinematography.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
and then maybe I would even say like, but then this taps into the personal life where I go into like other things that are important to me, like my girlfriend, my family, where it's like that's pretty private to me. I want to keep that thing a little bit separate. So you just maybe like you figure out these bubbles, and then figure out what you want to focus on, and what kind of messages do you want to relay in that video, and how does that come across?
That's really good. And when you talked about personal life now, it did give me the idea, and I've seen videos where you can mix both, but in a healthy way.
Like some people do daily vlogs with their families, and maybe that's okay to them.
But even if that's too much, think if like you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You like cinematography.
I got a beautiful girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend. You love cinematography. I've seen a video where it's like POV shooting a video with my girlfriend. Boom. And then it's like just what you love.
Yeah. So I can combine cinematography and my girlfriend. It's like, I know what video you're talking about. It's like POV, you're your girlfriend's personal videographer.
Like that.
So,
boom. It's like great.
And then my girlfriend would love that because I'm showing her off on my Instagram. So that's also,
Yeah. And that's like in a healthy way.
Right.
Not showing like
the intimate moments. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good advice.
That's good. I've seen a lot of people do that.
Would you share intimate moments with your fiance?
100%. I want to do that with her so much, and it's just finding time.
Yeah.
Like if we can find a time and just going.
But not too intimate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would
keep those private.
Just show the dancing in fields. No.
Dancing in the fields. Is that what Will and Kendall are doing in their free time? You get done with a shoot, babe, let's go dance in a field.
Yeah. Right. Like I'm trying to think.
Do you guys actually do that?
No.
Okay.
Like what is something we could do? Like you could even get creative with like movie night, like funny stuff like movie night with my girlfriend.
Yeah, like you just get done with POV, you get done with a shoot.
And then it's just like you get like a super cinematic, like that'd be cool. Like that'd be sick. I'd love to see that.
Maybe I'll do that tonight.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's Jack's birthday.
Yeah,
so.
POV, you're celebrating your birthday with your girlfriend. Keep an eye out for that video soon.
Yeah, POV.
But
celebrating.
Not showing not showing the intimate moments.
Yeah. But it's like that's the stuff, like or like any vacation, like load up on content. It'd be fun, but make sure, and that's the tough part too of like balancing.
Yeah, balance is
like
key.
Just sitting there like, wait, babe, wait. It's like seriously, chill. Like I need to like get a shot of you. Hold up. You're like on gimbal, like
yeah. You're saying like don't be like so serious.
Yeah,
like
because sometimes
don't make it don't make it
like,
staged.
Yeah,
don't make it staged. It's got to be candid.
And they'll be like, your girl or your fiance or girlfriend will be like upset because you're like not living in the moment, and now you're like focused on let me get my cinematic gimbal shot.
Yeah. I've seen a skit like that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, babe, take a picture of me real quick at dinner. And it's like he sets up the lights, the cameras, the audio guy, the boom mic.
Right.
So yeah, dude. I think balance is key.
Yeah.
I think showing those intimate moments, showing those. You can show personal moments.
Yeah.
But find out what's important for you to keep private.
Yeah.
And keep that for yourself. But then there's other people out there that do share those intimate moments. So it's just, I don't know. It's a spectrum and finding out what's important for you. But ultimately, business creators or business owners and creators should be posting content. Yeah. And if you're not, you're behind. You're behind.
Especially, I just want to emphasize like CEOs and owners of businesses, like they should be really making content because their lives are super interesting and so many people want to know. Like if you think about like the biggest brands, like what's the biggest brand that comes to your mind right now?
Gymshark, Lululemon, Best Buy. I don't know why.
Do you know any of those owners? Do you know who owns them?
No.
Why is that?
Yeah.
They should have posted them building that brand.
Yeah.
Think of how cool that would be now.
And that's why I believe that ties into what I was saying earlier with like the Hollywood years ago versus like the Jake Paul and the Logan Pauls and the whatever Mr. Beasts. It's just like a new age of people growing up. Yeah. Because now we're just gonna see younger business owners and creators. That's how they're gonna get their start.
Yes.
Is through digital media, and the audiences are gonna it's gonna allow the audiences to connect to the brand even more.
Yeah.
Versus like Best Buy, it's like, oh, it's just a tech company. Like,
yeah,
what's the personality behind them?
Yeah,
there is no personality.
So if they would have, and then if the people who started these companies, a lot of them now they have personal brands and they're making like fear of God, right? Like just brands like that, clothing brands, all these things, they start with a personal brand and they're pushing that's how they're building their audience. And then now let's say they're done with that clothing brand, they want to sell it. They could go build another brand with their personal brand.
Yeah.
They're not losing everything they just built.
Right. It's easy. Yeah.
Like you're taking your whole customer
Right.
base.
Is there something to say, like, is there more potential building it this way versus that way? Like without that personal side, and is there less potential that way versus building it with your personal brand?
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
The tough part is you don't want to be in a place where you are the sole like idea of the brand.
Okay.
I think Mr. Beast is that.
Yeah.
If he were to leave that company, what is Mr. Beast? So it's like you don't want to become what a company is, like everything. You want to create the culture, make sure it's a company that you can sell, if that's your goal, or if you want to build a company that is like that, and he probably will never sell that, so that's what he's going to do forever, right? But if you want to build a company to sell, you definitely don't want you to be what is
his company like the chocolate bars and stuff? His company, I mean, it's a YouTube. Is it just him?
But think he basically is that brand.
Yeah.
Like even his philanthropy account, the one where he like gives back and things like that, if he's not in those videos, they don't perform as well. They'll still perform, but not as well. So it's like he needs to be, and that's why he's filming intros for this video, this account, because he needs to do that. He is the face of it.
Yeah. Interesting.
So it's like, how do you build a company where other people can be that? Or even if it'd be interesting to see how he transitions maybe out of that, or if he just wants to do this till he dies. I mean, then I think that's what he wants to do, but I don't know. I don't think he'd ever sell. He's been offered crazy amounts of money. So, yeah. But I mean, that's at the end of the day, just make content no matter what you're doing. That's it.
That's the secret.
Yeah. Cool.
Are we good there?
Yeah, sweet.
All right, cool. Yeah, that was a great conversation. Building personal brand, important. Need to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys took some value out of it. I know I did, just chatting with Will.
That's good.
Content mastermind. Will
Yeah, content mastermind.
Yeah. All right, happy birthday to me.
Yeah, happy birthday.
That's a wrap. And thank you to Lansby for letting us use this space. Peace.
Peace.